Right, see this guy on your screen right there? I'm very jealous of him because James Cole was there at the conclusion of this dramatic test match. Let's get some more reaction from him now then. James, I mean, you've seen some great test series over the years. This was one of the best, wasn't it? Where does it rank, do you think, amongst the best series of all time?
Matt, incredible. 6 weeks of absolute drama. A lot of people are saying this is the best series since the 2005 Ashes. It's certainly up there. I think some might argue the 2023 Ashes was possibly better. The difference being then, though, maybe that England had a chance to win the series here rather than 2 years ago when we saw Stuart Broad's heroics. England were just trying to tie the series and couldn't get the urn back because of that washed-out test in Manchester. But, yeah, it's right up there, Matt. It's been sensational. It all kicked off, didn't it? A little bit of fuel onto the flames at Lord's on the evening of day 3 when Shubman Gill squared up to Zach Crawley and said, grow some courage, in other words, to him. Then England decided that night, Brendan McCullum said, look, we're too nice, let's get stuck into him. And from there, it's been verbals. No one's taken a backward step. The rivalries on and off the pitch have been genuine. And it's testament to Test cricket as a format. And also, I think what it will do is raise the estimation of this rivalry, increase the England-India rivalry, which we haven't always seen as being as high as the Ashes. It won't ever be as high as the Ashes. But this Test series has drawn the line, hasn't it, between Shubman Gill and Ben Stokes' side. And what we've seen as well is a testament, a tribute to Test cricket, which in a lot of countries across the world is struggling. But we've been reminded just why Test cricket is such an amazing format of the game. There is no bigger test. 25 days across the 5 Test series. We've seen players struggling with injuries. We've seen players at the end of their tether. Before the start of this Test, we saw Gautam Gambhir, the India coach, squaring off with the groundsman here. That's not drama, that's not made up. That is genuinely people exhausted from the test that is Test cricket. And yeah, it had absolutely everything in this series. Probably not ranked higher than the 2023 Ashes, but certainly right up there. And you think back to 2005, that Ashes series, probably one of the best since then.
Yeah, I mean, it really was, and everything went right down to the wire, didn't it, in this series? We had so many iconic moments, as you mentioned there, but is the image of Chris Woakes walking out to bat with his arm underneath his England jumper, with a dislocated shoulder, willing to bat left-handed to try and get England over the line, is that the most iconic moment of the whole series?
Yeah, I'd say so. It's going to go down in folklore, isn't it? Well, like Malcolm Marshall, for example, in '84 at Headingley. We didn't think Chris Woakes was going to play. He was basically ruled out by the ECB after dislocating his shoulder on day 1. The ECB statement just left it slightly open. They said at this stage, Chris Woakes will play no further part in this test. But we did wonder, what if it came down to it? Would he go out? Wouldn't he? And then Michael Afton, as he said there, word got round yesterday that he'd been practising in the indoor nets here, batting with one hand, and Joe Root confirmed last night that if needed, Woakes would come out. He was in a lot of pain. You could see just running between the wickets. He didn't face the ball, but just the running between the wickets was causing him so much discomfort. Pure bravery from Chris Woakes. He's not the first player in this series to play with an injury, remember. We saw Shoaib Bashir bowling with a broken finger. We saw Rishabh Pant batting with a broken foot. We saw Ben Stokes bowling with a torn shoulder muscle. So it's been in keeping. And there's been a bit of debate during this series about whether cricket should have substitutes. And, well, Ben Stokes said in his press conference a short while ago, no way. Tough. If you get injured, tough. And I think the scenes we've seen across this series, and particularly today, Chris Woakes going out with his arm under his jumper in a sling, it will definitely increase the argument against having substitutes in cricket. And a word on Chris Woakes. We haven't had an update yet in terms of how long he's likely to be out for. You hope that he would be fit for the Ashes, but if that is his last act as an England player, what a heroic one it was.
Yeah, it really was. I hope it isn't. Thanks very much, James.